So welcome back, dear students. Today's class we are going to discuss on a numerical for the theory or the concept that you have studied in the last class. So the given question: a pre-stressed beam of size 400 mm by 720 mm is provided with cables of area of steel equivalent to 1600 mm square with initial pre-stress of 1500 Newton per mm square at a constant eccentricity of 200 mm below the neutral axis. The beam is supported over a span of 10 meter and is subjected to a live load of 40 kN per meter. You can see here the beam is having a larger span when compared to your RCC, and the load is also very much high. But see the dimensions, it is equivalent to a smaller dimension for an RCC, so you can see the advantage of this RCC pre-stress. Calculate the stresses developed in the beam at the midspan. Also calculate the stresses at a section 4 meter from the support as well as stresses at the support. So you are given a beam, so it is having a UDL. The span of the beam is 10 meter. You are asked to find the stress at the midsection at 4 meters from the support, also at the support. You are asked to find the stresses developed due to the pre-stressing force. Here, since this is a rectangular section, I can say the neutral axis is exactly at the midspan. So mid of this section, the neutral axis is over here. It is given the eccentricity, or there is a constant eccentricity of 200 mm below neutral axis. The pre-stressing force is provided at a constant eccentricity of 200 mm below the neutral axis, 200 mm. It is also carrying a live load of 40 kN per meter. Since pre-stress small p is given as 1500 Newton per mm square. So the pre-stressing force is given, so you can find out the pre-stressing force, that is capital P is equal to small ps into area of steel is provided, that is 1500 into 1600 is equal to 2400 kilonewton. So that is the initial force, the pre-stressing force we are providing, that is 2400 kilonewton. So this is the pre-stressing force. Now we will start with our analysis. That is the first case. The first case, that is the stress developed in the beam at the midspan. So first case, stress at midspan. So here the live load is given as 40 kN per meter. The total load acting is including the dead load also. So we will calculate the dead load in separate. That is calculation of dead load. You have dead load is equal to 0.4 by 0.72 by, it is having the same density as RCC, that is 1 into 25. That is, this much is the load, 7.2 kilonewton per meter, and live load is 40 kilonewton per meter. So total load is 47.2 kilonewton per meter. Now we will consider the stress, so we will need to find the stress at the midspan, that is at section, if I am taking this at section, this will consider it as section 1, this is section 2, and this is section 3. That is, here it is at section 1. The total load is 47.2 kilonewton. So if I am drawing this section here, we have the UDL. So stresses at midspan is due to the direct load, that is I have plus P by A, that is totally compressive. Then I have due to the pre-stressing moment, that is you have the pre-stressing moment. Due to this pre-stressing moment, this is going to deflect like this, that is tension at the top and compression at the bottom. So you have like this, you can write it, this is P into E into Y by I. Here also P into E into Y by I. This is negative, this is positive. Then you have the moment due to your live load That is, due to the live load, you have the bending going to occur like this. That is compression at the top and tension at the bottom. So negative over here and positive over here. Positive, this is negative, that is M into Y by I. This M is due to live load, that is ML into Y by I, plus similarly due to the dead load also you have similar moments, plus minus, that is MD into Y by I, and here MD into Y by I. So the total is due to all these. We will find it and we will write that value. Okay, so first we will find out due to the direct stress. So as we have discussed, these two are due to the pre-stressing force and these two are due to the applied and gravity load. So if I am writing P by A is equal to P by A, that is direct stress, that is P by A, which is equal to 2400 into 10 raised 3 divided by area of cross section, that is 400 by 700. You will get this value as 8.33 Newton per mm square. Now the second one, that is due to the pre-stressing force, there is an eccentricity and that will cause a moment, and you have the moment P stress as P into E into Y by I. So here you have E is the eccentricity, P is the force, Y is the distance from the neutral axis, the top fiber, that is Y. You can take it as capital D divided by 2, that is 720 divided by 2, that is 360 mm, and I is the moment of inertia, that is here B d cube by 12, that is 400 into d cube, that is 720 cube divided by 12, which means the stress, you can take it as the stress due to your pre-stressing force, you can moment due to the pre-stressing force, you can take it as 2400 into 10 raised to 3 into 200, that is your eccentricity, into 360 divided by BDQ by 12, that is 400 into 720 cube divided by 12. Get this value as 13.88 Newton per mm square. The third one, that is due to your dead load and live load, that is you need to find the moment due to your dead load. Dead load moment, I can take it as it's at the midspan. This is, we are considering at midspan, so it is WD into L square divided by 8. You have the dead load as 7.2, so this 2 into 10 square divided by 8, that is, you'll get this value as 90 kilonewton meter. So MD into Y divided by I, that is 90 into 10 raised to 6 into 360 divided by 400 into 720 cube divided by 12. You'll get this value as 2.604 Newton per mm square. Now the next one is the stresses due to your live load at midspan. You can take it as WL into L square divided by 8, that is 40 into 10 square divided by 8. You will get this value as 500 kilonewton meter, which means the stresses I can write as ML into Y by I, that is 500 into 10 raised to 6 into Y, that is 360 divided by 400 into 720 cube divided by 12. Look at this value as 14.46 Newton per mm square. Now we will substitute these values and we will find the stress at the top and at the bottom. So since this is a rectangular section, you can find the y will be same and I will also be same. I will be same throughout the section, but the y will be different if it is a unsymmetrical section. So we need to do it correspondingly, and we will see that in the next class. So the stress at the top, I can write it as stress at top P by A minus P into E into Y by I plus M L into Y by I plus M D into Y by I. So we have found these values and we will write it directly. That is, I can write it as stress at top is equal to So we had found these values, that is, this is plus P by A, that is direct stress is equal to 8.33 Newton per mm square, and due to your eccentric pre-stressing force, that is, you'll get it as 13.88 Newton per mm square. Due to the live load, you will get it as 14.46, and due to dead load you are getting this value as 2.6. So when you solve this, you will get this as 11.516 Newton per mm square, which means this is compressive. The stress at the top is compressive, and similarly if you write the stress at the bottom, you have plus P by A plus P into E into Y by I minus ML into Y by I minus MD into Y by I. It is exactly opposite to that of your stress at the top. So these values you will get it as 8.33 plus 13.88 minus 14.46 plus minus 2.6, and this value you will get it as 5.15 Newton per mm square. From here you understand, which means we got both positive, which means both are compressive forces or compressive stresses. So here first one you will get as, so the final diagram you will get it as both as compressive, and that value is this is 11.516 Newton per mm square, and this value you got as 5.15 Newton per mm square, and both are, and the total section is under compression, is positive. So I hope you are clear with this. Now the next one is, we will see the second case of this, that is, we have calculated the stress developed in the beam at the midspan. Now we will calculate the stresses at a section 4 meter from the support, which means corresponding to section 2. Stress at 4 meter from the support, that is section 2. So here you need to find the difference is, you need to find the reaction at the support such that you can find the bending moment, because you are given the beam like this, you are having the beam like this. We will consider the total load, that is 47.2 kilonewton per meter is the total load. So the bending moment at any section at a distance 4 meter from the support, the bending moment diagram will be like this. So you need to find this value. Suppose this is M at 4 meter. So for that you need to find the reaction. So this is R1. Since this is symmetrical, this will also be R1. And the reaction will be the total load divided by 2, that is R1 is equal to R2. I could write it as 47.2 into 10 divided by 2, that is you will get it as 472 divided by 2, 236 kilonewton. That is the total load, which means the bending moment at 4 meter from support, I can write it as, that is 236 into 4, R1 into X, that is 236 into 4 minus WL square by 2, that is 47.2 into 4 square divided by 2. That is your basic mechanics. You will get this value as 566.4 kilonewton per meter. This I have considered it as the total load, which includes the dead load and live load. Now, if you draw the stress distribution, I will draw only the stress distribution. You have the eccentricity over here. There is no change in eccentricity, so this is 200 mm. So this stresses, I can write it as direct stress, that is plus P by A, plus the bending stresses, that is bending stress is coming like this, top tension, bottom compression, that is you can write this is P into E into Y by I, and also P into E into Y by I, negative, positive. Now I can either write it separately or I can write it together. So since I have done the load calculation together, I will write the dead load and live load moment together, and I will represent as M at 4. That is due to the applied load. Applied load, it is going to bend like this. So compression, tension. At the top it is compression, at the bottom it is tension. This is total moment, that is M. I will represent this as M at 4, that is you can write it as M at 4 into Y by I, and here M at 4 into Y divided by I. So that is the total stress. So once you calculate this, you will get, once you do the calculation, you will get the stress at top. So the direct stress value is same as before, that is 8.33. Now this is, you will get this value as same as before, that is 13.88. The only change is due to this load, that is the moment due to the dead load varies because the section is different. So that you will get it as 566.4 into 10 raised, that is you will get this value as 16.38. So which means I can write it as, get this value as 10.83 Newton per mm square. This is the stress at the top, and similarly Newton per mm square, that is the stress at the top. And similarly, if you calculate the stress at the bottom, you will get it like this way, plus P by A plus P into E into Y by I minus M at 4, moment at 4 meter into Y by I. And once you do this, you will get this value as, so you will get this value as 8.33 plus 13.88 minus 16.38, and this value you will get it as 5.83 Newton per mm square. So here also you can see both the stresses at the top and bottom are compressive, which means if I draw here, I will get both as compressive force. There is 10.83 Newton per mm square at the top, and 5.83 Newton per mm square at the bottom, and both are compressive in nature. So this is the case when you are considering the section at 4 meter from the support. Now the last one, that is when we are considering at the support. So you need to calculate again the bending moment and the support correspondingly, and that through The remaining you can do it by yourself, and we will do it in the live session. Thank you, students.